Hey, this is your Real Girl Tracy here, and welcome back to the Real Girl's Guide to Credit and Money. Why? Because having bad credit and being broke ain't cute. So, today I want to talk to you about something that a lot of you have sent me messages saying you want to know more about, and that's credit cards and what should you do and what should you not be doing. And I want to talk to you today about something that's really super important in terms of what you're doing with your credit cards. And the first thing you want to make sure you do, because if you remember this video here about what percentage of your credit score makes up what, 35% of your credit score is paying on time. So what happens if you have a late payment? Now, a late payment technically is 30 days past the due date. Day 31, it's late. Day 31 is the day you incur late fees. It's the day that it's reported to the credit union. It's the day that your credit score could drop. It's the day that your interest rates could go up. So those are the consequences of late fees. And today I want to talk to you about what to do if, by the awful chance that something happened and you were to have a late fee. And listen up closely. If you're 30 days late, that's one issue. If you're 60 or 90 days late, it's really bad. So you want to make sure that none of these happen. But if you do, here's some things you can try. The first thing you can try is to call your creditor and ask if they'll waive the late fee. Sometimes on your first but the first time it happens, they may just go, you know what, it's a one-time thing, you've never done it before, and they'll waive the fee and just never let that happen again. Here's something else. You can also, while you're on that call with them, ask them not to report it to the credit unions. Now, sometimes they'll quote you a law saying that according to federal law, they'll have to report it, but it's actually not true. You can throw your mercy onto the appeal of the person on the phone, whoever that is, or the supervisor, or call back later, whatever, but you can ask that they not report it. It's just something that you can try. I'm telling you some ideas of what you can try, but these are things that you can just attempt to do. You can offer as a point of negotiation to say, if they did report it to the credit agency, hey, if I go on auto pay, which means that every month they take it out of your checking account, will you please take this off my credit report? That's very important. Now, let me tell you something about auto pay. With auto pay, you can do it for a set amount, or you could do it for the minimum payment. So regardless of what your credit card balance may be, you can say, take out the minimum payment. Now, you always want to pay more than the minimum payment because you'll never get out of debt that way. But at least you're covered for any late fees if you can just pay the minimum payment. You can always add more payments to it throughout the month or later or before, but you definitely want to make sure that at least by the day that it's due, you have paid the minimum payment. You didn't hear this from me. I'll never admit to saying this. Maybe this is my doppelganger talking. But you could dispute it with the credit bureaus and say that payment was on time and leave it to the creditor to have to clap back and say, no, it was late and here's why. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. It's a shot you can take. I'm just giving you some ideas. I mean, somebody here talking is giving you some ideas of something you could do. I would never tell you to lie, but you might want to try that because this late payment stays on your credit report for 7 years. The higher your credit score, the more it can affect it, the more it can lower your score. If you already have a low score, then they have low expectations on you, so it may not affect it as much, which isn't really a good place to be in anyway. But if you've got a pretty high credit score and you have one late payment, first off, it's unexpected, and secondly, it hits you harder because they take it as a sign that there might be trouble in paradise. So I'm not saying do it, but you might do that. And then finally, definitely learn from your mistakes. If for whatever reason, maybe you were in a car accident, you were in the hospital, you didn't have the internet, it got lost in the mail, whatever reason why, learn from this mistake and never let it happen again. Because as we build your credit score here at the Real Girl's Guide to Credit and Money, you've got to learn from your mistakes and never make them again. And there's so many things you can do to make sure you have fail-safes in place that you just have to make sure that you learn from everything along the way. And I'm going to help you and tell you as much as I know, but if it happens, just don't let that ever happen again. Okay? If you have any questions or concerns or ideas, please put them in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, click the bell icon, and thanks for joining me here again at the Real Girl's Guide to Credit and Money.